Boom! Showtime! Greetings, Frank. How are you today?
Feeling good, feeling well, positive.
Yeah, me too. Feeling good, feeling positive, feeling energized, feeling, just grateful to be alive, honestly.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
the rest, I let Jah lead the way, and that's it.
Yes.
Let the divine lead the way, and just do your thing and be yourself, and don't be a copycat, like I was telling you before.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
Yeah,
be a
yeah.
copycat. Express your uniqueness, your personality, and all this. Like first, you have to have one.
Yeah.
I must put the incentive on that. You must have a personality. Like you shouldn't be a copycat of
Yeah.
everyone around you. So that's my point. Today, Frank, we're going on again with PT's book review.
Yes.
That's what we do usually. That's why we're here.
Exactly.
And fun, and evolution. That's what we start with. You do the English, I read the French, and then we mix all this into a English reason.
Yes.
Maybe it's not English, maybe it's English.
In glitch.
Yeah, Daniel brought that to me the other day. He wrote to me some. He said, "Bro, it's not English, it's English." Because it's the language made to with the most spell, the most like English and French
Right.
are the most very very similar and similarities and stuff, and
Yep.
I find it's the one that will mess with your eyes probably the most, certainly more than Sanskrit and Hebrew and all these old languages. Like, come on, we're talking about English.
uh,
So yeah. So I'll let you go with the English, and then after I'll do the French, and
All right.
that's it.
Let's go.
Should
Pun,
be
fun.
interesting again.
Yes. Yes. Always
Yeah,
interesting whenever
yeah,
we're
yeah.
looking at piece
And
works.
nothing is scripted coming here, so that's why I'm
I
saying
know.
it should be interesting because we go with the flow a lot and nothing
Right.
scripted
Exactly.
other than what's in the book.
Yes. Pun, fun, and evolution. Many souls are often turned away from the evolutionary path because there is a deliberate artificial schism created between fun and evolution. Evolution is portrayed as a boring process, much like school, while drunk gyrating in a dingy nightclub is the definition of fun. The reality is the absolute reverse. Every step taken towards divine creates real bliss and consequently more fun. The advertised package definitions of fun, as conjured up by evil's minions, are a pun on fun. They lead to absolute boredom, which in turn leads to dependency on alcohol and drugs. The final price is the soul itself. Blame must also go to the ugly, blissless, self appointed heads of spirituality, who, through their sheer ignorance, propagate dull, dour, turgid, and uncool processes that hold no appeal to any youngster searching for cool. As a result, youngsters fail to realize that Divine is more rocking than any rock band. It is infinitely more cool and groovy too.
Oh yeah. Once you realize that, it's life changing. Definitely,
Yes.
that's what it's all about: changing our life, changing our ways. So yeah, definitely. Calembour, fun et évolution. Beaucoup d'âmes sont souvent détournées de la voie de l'évolution car il y a un schisme, un schisme ou schisme. Il y a un schisme artificiel délibéré créé entre le fun et l'évolution. L'évolution est représentée comme un processus ennuyeux, un peu comme l'école, alors que se saouler et tournoyer dans une boîte de nuit minable est la définition de fun. La réalité est l'exact opposé. Chaque pas vers le divin crée de la vraie béatitude et par conséquent plus de fun. Les définitions du fun empaqueté et promu par les sous-fifres, oh non, he's using word that, par les sous-fifres, sous-fifres du mal. Yeah, sous-fifres. Yeah. Les sous-fifres du mal sont un calembour sur le fun. Ils mènent à l'ennui absolu, qui, à son tour, mène à la dépendance à l'alcool et aux drogues. Le prix final est l'âme elle-même. Le blâme doit aussi aller aux chefs spirituels autoproclamés, qui sont laids et dépourvus de béatitude, qui, à travers leur ignorance pure, propagent des processus ennuyeux, renfrognés, pompeux et pas cool, qui n'a rien d'attrayant pour les jeunes, qui cherchent le cool. Par conséquent, les jeunes n'en viennent pas à réaliser que le divin rock bien plus que n'importe quel groupe de rock. Il est aussi bien plus cool et bien plus groovy. This is what I've realized. You know, when I was younger, I thought that, yeah, being a rebel was to rebel against the system and go get drunk and stuff and do wild stuff. But in reality, you're just destroying yourself. You're
playing right into their...
You're playing right into their hands, man. The most act of rebellion I think you can do if you want to be a rebel is taking care of yourself. But that is big. That is huge. Because I'm not just talking about food here. Food is one of the things you have to do to take care of yourself, but there's also your thoughts. What goes into your brain each and every day? What are you thinking of? You know, these kind of things will affect your whole cellular function inside your body. I'm not convinced, I am sure about that because I experience it. I'm a human like all of you. I'm not convinced no more and shit. All those con has to go. Anyway, so yeah, so we're being conned so much. That's why there's so much con words also, and in French and in English, all those con words are almost all the same spell, just different pronunciation. I want to make that clear. French and English is very, very similar in words. So that signifies something there. If they keep the same word from one language to another, like, why do you stick so much that? But that's it. It's maybe because it's a sign that it tells us something.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, the fact that we do not also put importance on praising higher and divine when we're young, and you know that this thing that we think going rebel against the system is really, we're going really opposite because we're destroying ourselves instead of building ourselves up. And that was my experience. I ended up drunk dead at 17 in front of a bar. You think that's freaking normal? No.
Right.
No, it's not freaking. It's the norm for all. Yeah, it's the norm for all, but it's not something good for me. I almost died that day.
Right.
Man, serious stuff. So there's a lot of people that end up drunk dead. It's a regular thing in our society because everyone thinks alcohol is cool. But today, I don't think it's cool, that stuff, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's really demonic. Like when you see it for what it is also, because your perspective on alcohol might not be the same as mine. I have a very demonic perspective on that bottle. Like it's demons inside. Like gin, they call it gin for something. It should be written G-I-N-N, not J. But they took the J of God and put it into alcohol. You see how perverted and inverted it is? Like when it should be probably a J, but even the letter J apparently never even existed in the alphabet before 15 something. Like someone brought the letter J. That's why I heard that. Listen, we go through a lot of info as we search for the meaning of this. The significance of this life. A lot of us look for the significance, definitely. Like there's something to do here, not just pay bills and die. So that's it. So that becomes very interesting once you realize that there is something else than paying bills and dying here. But the thing is, we're paying bills, but we also die in our living days paying bills. It's not because you die at the end, You die while you're alive. So this is a very, very suicidal process that we're in. We're all on spiritual suicidal process here. And that's the truth. And unless you realize this, you will always be stuck in that hell that you create for yourself. So pre-love some kind of massive vibe within yourself to leave that realm of negativity. It's of utmost importance. Your life depends on it. You think it's a fucking joke here? Your life depends on it. Like we're trying to change people's lives, not just blah blahing some freaking stuff here on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like I'm really trying to guide myself and to let myself be guided also towards what's as significance, what's meaningful, and that's what's meaningful, what has significance and what's true and what's like divine in this world. Like enough of the evil shit, like the anti-life stuff that we encourage it so much. Encourage, that's the word. We encourage the anti-life so much. So this is all part of it. Once you realize that fun is not exactly what you've been told or what you have experienced in life. There is a lot more fun in praising and serving higher and divine than praising and serving a bottle of alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
Trust me. Your vibe, and you will feel so much better to like what is. But that's what we do. We praise demonic entities. Alcohol is one of them, and there's many others. There's many ways we can go down to hell here on earth. Many ways. But there's also many ways you can go up to heaven. Same thing. So it's up to you. What road do you choose? Iron Divine or Babylonian hell?
Yeah.
Sonia, Frank.
Yes. Yeah. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be able to just, start to make the connections that P points out here, and you could really see them once you start observing, your life and the world around you. And this, like P points out, just such a great bit here about how, and he said it too in a lot of different songs or writings. Like he has this one song, and the hook or the chorus is, "The world is all upside down, and everything has been flipped." What they tell you is fun, or what they project what your goals should be, the things that you should make, your life about and chasing after. It just ends up destroying you. If you're chasing just like wealth without incorporating your own like furthering your connection with nature and divine. I mean, of course, we all have to, work to be able to survive, to be able to have food to eat, to be able to have a place that we can, the shelter or the clothing that we have and things like that. It takes work to be able to, earn some type of energetic exchange that you can trade for that. It doesn't have to be cash, or it doesn't have to be money or whatever, but there is some type of energetic exchange that we have to put in our own effort for. But all of the things that our current day system has, you look at the definitions of things, you look at the what they, how do you say, just like project as far as what success is. It's all been blanketed in this very devious layer of untruth. But anyway, so just back to
I get a good one for you. Like Kodiak did a song here on the channel, and it's "I Made It," and I love it because he said, "I made it out my stress, and I'm no longer depressed." But this is the thing. People think they have made it once they have made money or accumulate some kind of material stuff. But no, you have to made it out of your stress and your depression. Because you are, if you're not being creative, if you're not like creating a spark within you or a spark within the world,
right,
you're not being creative here. So you're
Exactly.
here to co-create love and existence on Earth, like me
Mhm.
and Frank and all the others human. So that's it. I think the creativity has to spark out of you, and
Yeah.
you've been gifted with something. I don't know what it is. Me, I think it's speaking and music and stuff. But
Mhm.
still, I'm in the midst of discovering myself, uncovering myself. So
Yeah.
if you think I'm all made up here, I've reached, no, I'm still in the process. But it's a long process to uncover what they have covered in you with so much nonsense, like you
Yeah.
were just explaining.
Yeah, if we look at what they project as the figures or the idols that have made it, right? I mean, look
Yeah,
what's happening to them. They might put them in the limelight for a moment, and then as the time turns, then what happens? If you look at these big figures like Britney Spears or P. Diddy or any of these people who have been in the limelight of success, then like what's actually good, did if they were actually doing things that through divine's definition they've made it, they've like attained a higher status actually, then would they be finding themselves in all of this turmoil and all of this? No, because they wouldn't
impossible.
be they wouldn't be engaging in actions that were like self-destructive and detrimental to their own well-being, to their own image, to their own integrity. No, like actually, when you align with divine, when you're actually working for evolution and you're actually working for real fun, you're going to be impenetrable, because you'll be so in tune with the divine force, with the truth, and all these things that every angle that you've taken, every turn you've taken has been in integrity, has been
Yeah,
in alignment with having a consciousness and a respect for nature, for the other beings that are around you, for the elements, for the well-being of yourself and of others. So I love some of the things that P says in this P-log. Evolution is portrayed as a boring process, but what they say is opposite to boring is drunk gyrating in a dingy nightclub.
and that's
Like,
everywhere. India, America, China, it's all the same.
exactly. They just want to,
Yeah,
like wobble their excess body parts. You know what I mean? And
like
it's
even alcohol should be probably freaking banned. Like
yeah,
ban the fucking stuff, man.
yeah. I
Like
mean,
I don't
like
know if
he
it.
says, the only real use for it is if you're going to be
Yeah,
tincturing like herbal
yeah,
medicines and stuff like that.
yeah.
That's
That's it.
actually
For
what
medicine. For medicine.
it can be used for. But then yeah, people use it
Oh
for
yeah, that's it.
dissolving their consciousness. And like P says, or like I've heard other people say too, like overuse of alcohol or other substances too, it will create holes in your auric field in which like you're more vulnerable to be influenced by beings that are unseen. You can
Yeah,
get like this spirits in you that are not supposed to be there. you know
that's it. And it's
and
gonna
so
make you do all kinds of crazy stuff.
exactly.
Yeah, and that's it. It's sad also to see that we live in a society where the government encourage the drinking of alcohol. Here in Quebec, for example, I'm sure it's like that pretty much everywhere. It's la Société des Alcools du Québec. That's the government of Quebec selling you alcohol.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck is this? Like, but I thought they wanted us to be healthy. Like a few
Hmm.
years ago, they went on a scamdemic like crazy because they wanted us to be healthy and be in good health. But then you turn around and look at the confusion. You sell me alcohol, you sell me bad food in the supermarket like crazy in Canada. Like all the stuff that is banned in other countries in Europe, it's all permitted here. Forget about that. The Mountain Dew's on the shelf here in Quebec, everywhere.
Oh my
All
God.
that nasty drinks and gums. Gums. You eat gums. That's fucking nasty. You chewing plastic. No,
Uh-huh.
but we don't realize that. But everyone pretty much around chewing gum. Like, do you realize what you put in your mouth?
Yeah.
Like,
right.
it's crazy in the process to make it. Anyway, I don't want to go into this. It's not the point talking about gum. There's
Right.
all kinds of talks. It's a toxic society. So we gotta detoxify the society and the whole, like everything, the alcohol and all the bad food, and we can do it. Like, don't we want to live healthy life, or we want to end up in the hospital? Like, it's the question here. You want to live healthy, long life with good vibes, with energy and like creativity and no brain fog. But that's it. So stop.
Yeah, we want to give ourselves like the best chance that we have. We want to put the best foot forward for like aging with grace. Because we can be in our elder or older years, and then what you see. There's people who are in their older years, and basically you have to be taken care of like a baby. Or there's also people in their older years and they're still independent. They're out there, hoeing the field. They're out there like walking the track and still vibrant.
Yeah.
So different lifestyles are going to lead to a different type of, because we all are going to have to get there. If divine allows us to get to those older years, we want to be feeling good, still positive, vibrant energy, and that's possible. Old age doesn't have to look like you're in a wheelchair and whatever, right?
I think also what happened with the old age, like I see a lot of elderly people often on the bike path or all outside, or in me, it's the emptiness and the regret in their eyes. I do not want to get there. I will not live with regret. I will not get to 80-year-old and have regret that I have not done anything with my life,
right?
Or stand for something. No, I'll stand for nothing all my life, like a freaking muggle, no magic, and eat chips and popcorn and drink beer and 7-Up and Pepsi, Mountain Dew, name it. The whole shebang. Like, it's got to end at one point. It's total madness. But it's a circus of shared madness. So you're shameless about your action because everyone does it. That's what I've realized. And now that you step out of this circus, oh shit! Now different beat now. Now you gotta have a smile on you. Now that's the key to permanent happiness. Permanent. I'm not saying you're going to be in a good mood all the time. I'm not talking about your mood. I'm talking about your state of mind. Happiness, happy, vibrant, alive. Oh, what else could I say? Like, freaking alive, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're living so dead. They want us living dead, okay? But we give into it. We give into it. And nobody come and force you to watch TV in your house,
right?
To watch the television. Nobody's forcing you to watch the television or listen to this or eat this, or you willingly participate in the circus of shared madness. So wake up, leave that realm of negativity and embrace higher and divine vibration. It is here all around us. Anyway, I'm going on another rant, but the point is, rise and shine. That's the point.
That's right.
So,
and the end of this P-log, he really hits a point where, people fail to realize that divine is more rocking than any rock band. It's like when you actually start walking on that evolutionary path and actually vibing up all the different ways that you can refine your life, your diet, the music, the words you speak, the connection that you have with nature, the real magic world opens up, and you start having those moments where you're like, whoa, how did that happen? Or like, what? And you have this curiosity and this like awe and this, it's like you have the eyes of a child once again, and you get to see life in a very
You want me to tell you how I feel sometime? And I'm sure you have felt that, and others that are on the high vibe. It's like you're walking on water, bro. Okay? That's literally that feeling. You're walking on water because you're so light, so happy, so joyful, so nothing can sink you, because they want to sink you down at the bottom of hell pit. So you got to walk on water, be light. I think that's the whole thing about Jesus walking on water, which is you, Jesus, and me, you, and all of us watching. So yeah, you can all walk on water in your head, because everything's in your head. After all, like, where is it if it's not in my head? Everything I think, everything I imagine, I feel, it's not in my baby finger. It's in my head. So, cultivate that divine love within you, definitely. And it is way more rocking, like you say, than any rock concert, rock band you can see. All the nonsense.
Exactly.
Society, what they project at us, that is like, anyway, it's all inverted. Once you see it for what it is, well, you look at things and you look at the other side of it, and there might be something better on the other side than just. So if you end up into alcohol and stuff, maybe you should look the other way. That's it. And you have the potential to do that. So no one's forcing you to do anything here. As far as I'm concerned, I have free will. I can choose to drink, to get drunk, to take all kinds of drugs and stuff, or praise higher and divine.
Yeah.
That's it. Future. That's the next one, Frank.
Future. It should be automatic and reasonable for all beings to care about their future, but strangely, one finds not many really do. Some just think about the immediate future, but thinking is different from caring, which is an action-oriented term, and caring of many just extends to insurances and such. Really caring about future actually extends from now to eternity.
Beautiful.
Love that.
Le futur, I love that one. Le futur, cela devrait être automatique et raisonnable pour tous les êtres de se soucier de leur futur. Mais étrangement, on trouve que peu le font vraiment. Certains pensent juste au futur proche, mais penser est difficilement de se soucier, est différent de se soucier, qui est un terme orienté vers l'action, et se soucier pour beaucoup s'étend seulement à leur assurance et autres. Se soucier vraiment du futur, c'est en réalité de maintenant à l'éternité. And that's a gem, this one, because everyone is so stuck in the paying bill and that calendar and that. Even me, I have all kinds of stuff marked on this. Bills I have to pay and this and that.
I know. Me too.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. They keep us because you don't want to forget paying your things. Like, caring about yourselves, also caring about your finances and stuff. Like, that's what I've realized. I wasn't always like that. Like, I went totally. I destroyed myself financially so many times in my life because I thought it was the way to just spend, and on dumb things and buying dumb shit that I don't need, and
I know.
Crazy. So yeah, future is not something that many people really put importance to, because we're all so stuck in the calendars and paying stuff and dealing with often the present moment that we are very unpresent in. But we deal with what's come, and we're very reactive towards what comes to us instead of planning ahead and saving money and stuff and thinking of the future. And for sure, if you do not think about your own future here, what are you thinking of? Like, it's like me, I want to live my life, like, get to 80, 90 and look back and be proud of my younger self. You know what I see here today. So I want to look at this back in 40 years from now. I should be alive at 90. I want to make it to pass 100, so I'll probably make it because I keep saying it. So I'll live a long, long life. I'll be here freaking wrinkled like crazy before I go. I will use every ounce of greatness I have in this body, and I will leave it on Earth. I'm not bringing anything up there. Probably going to end up in the stars. Truman have a star right there. Already I can see it. So anyway, so I want to because that's what I see in the future also. I don't see myself recycling back to Earth. Maybe because I would do it all over again. If you send me back with my people, I'll do it all over again. Same way. Like I would, but this way, this time, if they send me back, it might be wiser. So anyway.
Right.
But the goal is to probably free yourself from the dome. I don't know what's the game here, and if that reincarnation even happened, but it makes sense that there's something very, very divine with us, because why keep us in the lies and deception like this all over the world, all in cahoot together to keep us in the dark? Because now it's not just Canada or you. No, they're all in cahoot together. But that you don't realize because, oh, my country's so great, Canada's so great. Yeah, you think that? Really? What? That's what you stand for? A freaking Canadian flag?
Right.
Really? Like, what is that? American flag? That's what you stand for? Like, come on. That's all division. Drop the freaking flags all over. All over. Doesn't signify nothing. Instead, you're just playing in their hands again. So people stand. That's what they envision, for their future is just like it's always associated with some nonsense in society. Like, once you really put importance and you really like push yourself, you got to push yourself towards higher and divine, because there is always the devil and the closer you get to higher and divine, the more the devil is close. The closer the devil gets. Okay, the closer you get to higher and divine, the more the devil will want to bring you down, and that's all around the vibes of others, captivated in the main, so you got to be really, push yourself. Push yourself. And your older self will thank you so much. Like, it might be hard in the moment to pass your fears. Like, it's fears also. Me,
right.
I think I'm gonna freeze because I come on YouTube. I'll freeze if a big black bear come behind me. Yeah,
right.
Not or a tiger or a lion or some ferocious beast. Yeah, probably I will. But not coming on YouTube. Like, what is that? Like, I've realized that fear is just false appearance, false expectation appearing real, something like that.
Right.
So, Frank, tell us about the future. And future, he writes it with the Futur, not PH, because your future in the Matrix is not a balanced future. Right. It's a very hectic future you're going to have if you stay stuck in that Matrix.
Yeah.
So, Frankie, tell me about the future.
Yes. Yeah, future, like P says, it's reasonable for all beings to care about your future. And I love this bit that he says, thinking is different from caring, because caring is action oriented. So you can think about it, but it also has to translate into the physical. It can be conceptual that you want positivity. So, but then for the equation to go from the mental concept into the physical state, it takes actual the function, the equation means you have to do certain actions, right? So caring about the self is an action-oriented term. And so what does that mean? And P explains that all the little actions that add up. So if you're making the equation, if you're making the algorithm, if you're doing the math of, how do you get from there to there? If I'm trying to go from negative to positive, you have to start adding in real numbers or real positivity, which means, so what is caring for the self, right? Coming back to the basics, that means eating food that's going to be good for your body, giving yourself the fuel that's going to energize and help your body to be healthy and function properly, because the body has natural processes in which it's going to eliminate toxins, and it's going to get rid of the things that it doesn't need, and then it's going to utilize the things that it does need to have good energy, to be resilient, to be vibrant. So that can only happen if you're eating the things that are going to do that for you. You can't be eating junk food. You can't put, sugar water in a gas tank of a car and expect that car to actually do what it's supposed to do. It needs an actual real thing that the motor functions on. So we're just bringing it back to, what are these actions that are going to be the factors that add up to a positive life. So you have to feed yourself properly. Speech is another thing that we're doing all the time. So if we're speaking, and the power of speech, like, people don't realize it, and that's one thing that they've tried to make us think, oh, what you say doesn't really matter. You can just kind of, be very loose with your speech. It looks like, what is it?
Life and death is in the power of the tongue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
life
right.
and death. So think about it
Yes.
before you speak.
Exactly. And like what P says, every time you speak, you're reprogramming your consciousness. And so you want to be saying good things. You want to be saying things like P says, it's reasonable for all beings to care about the future. So you can say, I'm a being, I want well-being. You can just kind of like have these things on a loop. And then that loop will help you to spiral upwards, because you'll actually become more conscientious about your actions, and are they aligning with the things that I actually do want for myself. So speech, diet, or the food that we eat, connecting with nature, all these kind of things actually start to, make us more coherent. They make us more natural. They make us more of the way that divine intended us to be, and not destructive, or like going away from divine, or going away from nature and being anti-life, anti-nature, all these kind of things. That when we do that, then the future is not a very good one. The further away from divine and the further away from nature you go, your future becomes very bleak, very dim, very gloomy. A lot of pain involved with that, and nobody likes to experience that, and so really we have to start connecting the dots, and that's what P really helps us to see. There's a divine algorithm or function or equation or universal truth. Actions have consequences. And so we have to start to see life in the light of what leads to what. We have to start saying, okay, I can't just do nonsense and expect good things to come. I have to actually start to become more sensible. I have to awaken my senses. I have to, give my senses the proper input that's going to allow me to function in the way that divine wants me to, because divine is bliss. Divine is happiness, is miraculous at all times. But we have to take the steps to align ourselves with that, and not expect divine to just come rushing towards us when we can't, be in alignment.
Happiness is not just a word. It's a state of mind. You can experience it. Bliss, it's not just a word. It's a state of being.
Yes.
You can experience it on earth. There's so much you can experience, and you don't even try to experience because you like to experience the dark stuff. Start to experience the light in your life. Experience the light and the divine love. Just try at least. Let go of the dark. Everything that is there to put the dark injection in your brain, stop it.
Yeah, right.
And see what happens. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
I'm doing it each and every day. So I know a little bit what I'm talking about. I walk towards the light. I am not walking towards the darkness no more. I had enough darkness. But unless you have enough of something, you will keep engaging in it. So if you don't have enough, you'll probably keep drinking and smoking and all that nonsense that they want you to destroy yourself. And slowly, because they want to profit out of you. Do you realize this? They want you to die, living dead, and slow and painful existence.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they want. Now they get the energy from that. You know, those demonic entities or whatever it is, that everything that is negative in our world is fed by something, some kind of vibration that we
Right.
give to them. We do the rituals for them. All the birthdays and the nonsense and the calendars and the time, the watch, the tide, all that, the dark goggles. I'll bring it back again.
Yep.
Drop your dark glasses. That's really dark for your brain.
Mm-hmm.
So once you walk towards the light, and really the light, the sun, light, life changes, my friend. Life changed completely. Now you have access to a whole different existence, feelings, and stuff you have never experienced here on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
But what, you gonna turn the blind eye to this too? I don't get it. Anyway, so we're here to help you, if we do, to maybe make a change, because your life depends on it, and your state of being and everything, your divine experience depend on it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not a joke. It's not a joke coming here. I'm not coming here just to freaking blah, blah, blah. I come once every 7 passage of the sun.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to make an impact. I'm coming here like a freaking, if it exists, you know, those big balls coming from outer space, they say, that crash on Earth, like meteor or something.
Right,
I don't even think it exists, but maybe there is flying stars or something. We've seen them, but there's nothing falling from the firmament.
Right.
I don't think so. That would say that God made a mistake, just like
right.
every other things that you think is not divine in this world is saying God made a mistake. Like, God make no mistake. That's the thing. The divine makes no mistake. So you are not a mistake, but you think you are, because you think you're insignificant, and and you have no. I've lived that state. I know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the basic question next, Frank.
Yes.
I think we can do maybe 2 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The basic question. The basic question which any person needs to ask themselves is this: would I be fine with having the life which I have gotten this time, from very infancy to now, again in the next birth? If the answer is yes, the same question should be asked for a life worse than one has had, and so on until one says no. Such people, no matter how reluctantly, will have to make some effort to learn about what not to do, not to fall below their own standard, self-defined, not to fall below their own self-defined low standard. If the answer to the above question is no straight away, such people should become eager and ready to learn what will make sure that doesn't happen. Any so-called spiritual mumbo-jumbo which people try and do around the world without asking and answering this question is all nonsense, and can and will never bear fruit. Those whose answer is that they don't want a life here again, period, are on the way to real spirituality. Such beings are the only ones who can sincerely and fully turn to divine. Those who say they do not care what life they get next, well, can carry on their merry, mindless way into hell and torture.
Yeah, a bunch of happy imbeciles. That's how I call them often. Happy imbeciles. La question basique. La question basique est que tout le monde a besoin de se poser est celle-ci. Est-ce que ça m'irait d'avoir la vie que j'ai eue cette fois-là, de la prime enfance à maintenant, encore une fois dans la vie suivante? Si la réponse est oui, la même question devrait être posée pour une vie pire que celle de maintenant, et ainsi de suite jusqu'à l'obtention d'un non. Ces gens-là, peu importe avec quelle réticence, devront faire des efforts pour apprendre les choses à ne pas faire pour ne pas tomber sous leur petit standard autodéfini. Si la réponse à la question ci-dessus est un non direct, ces gens devraient devenir fervents et prêts à apprendre, ce qui empêchera que cela arrive. Tout soi-disant baratin spirituel que les gens essaient et font dans le monde, sans poser cette question et sans y répondre, n'est que bêtise. Et pourra jamais porter ses fruits. Ceux dont la réponse est qu'ils ne veulent plus de vie ici, et c'est tout, sont en chemin vers la vraie spiritualité. Ces êtres sont les seuls qui peuvent sincèrement et complètement se tourner vers le divin. Ceux qui disent qu'ils ne se soucient pas de quelle vie ils auront après celle-ci, eh bien, peuvent continuer leur joyeuse, toute irréfléchie, leur joyeuse route irréfléchie vers l'enfer et la torture. And that's really what happened. It's torture in hell, man. You are torturing yourself so much just because you're unwilling to look at the basic stuff, at your basic of your existence, at the basic of everything, because that's where it starts. And if you're unwilling to learn the basics and just keep on going, you're suicidal, that spiritual or solutual suicidal. I think it's more solutual. Because pretty much everyone has a spirit. They even drink it. So, the soul, that's what you murder. You murder the light within you. You murder it with, like you intoxicate yourself with so much stuff. You're so intoxicated. And even now, it's crazy, the toxic stuff out there. It's at an all-time high, because also they're going to put a lot of emphasis on that because the earth is vibrating more. People of the earth are kind of, or maybe the chosen one are waking up. Maybe the chosen ones are waking up. So there's going to be a lot of distraction coming and a lot of torture and pain and projected into the media and the TV, and because that's all pain and torture. When you sit yourself in front of a TV 3-4 hours or whatever, you go sit in a dark room in a theater and you don't even talk to the person behind you for an hour and a half, and it's torture. You are torturing yourself, but you don't see it because you're too blind. You're too blind to freaking everything, even to your own self. So remove the blinders, see things for what they are, change your perspective, and maybe, just maybe, you will have a glance of what life really is. Because even there, we're so lost in confusion. This is the land of confusion, Earth. Okay? It's crazy when you start really digging into what caused confusion too. But that's it. It's easy to see when you also see artists that are supposed to be very enlightened, but just go on stage and propagate the torture and the pain and the nonsense. I see that a lot. And you think even reggae music would be at an all-time conscious music. It's not. Right. There's so many dark stuff still portrayed into the music and brought on stage. I see it often, like even talking about alcohol on stage. Like, all I want to do is drink, smoke, and love my girl and shit. Like, what that's supposed to enlighten the masses?
That
like,
sounds terrible.
I heard that in a song yesterday. All I want to do is drink, smoke, and love my girl to some reggae. What, you forget about Iron Divine?
Right.
Like, but that's the dark stuff, man. And anyway, for sure they're going to be on stage because the world is a stage. And they want you on stage performing the evil rituals for them, because that's how the world stays the same also, is by all those rituals that we do for them. Yeah, definitely. So the torture and the hell, unless you're willing to say no to it, you will probably if you stay, like, if you make a change in this life, it's because you do not want to repeat the same thing if you come back. Like,
Yeah.
or if there is something after, you want to put all your chance by your side to maybe graduate. I don't like the word, but evolve to a higher realm. If
Right.
there is, who knows? Me, I would love to have that light being experience, like being a star in the firmament.
Yeah.
Like, I see that. I see them. I'm like, okay, maybe if I put my soul on fire enough and leave the pain and torture, maybe I can love some kind of vortex within me that will shoot my soul to higher realm. I
Mhm.
see that possible. Nothing is impossible. I can imagine all kinds of stuff. But that's the
Yeah.
beauty of the human. Exactly.
Right.
So, Frank, tell me about the basic question.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like P points out here, and is always the case whenever you're looking at things from the Vedic point of view, because P is always his point of view is coming from the Vedic perspective, which is if you want to find the literary roots of that, you look back into the Vedic text, like the Puranas and all the great tales like the Mahabharata, and which the Bhagavad Gita was part of that, the tales of the avatars coming to earth and explaining about what is this existence and what is life about, and the bigger theme that comes back in the Vedic point of view is this concept of moksha. So being able to free yourself from the cycle of birth and death, that to be able to get out of this loop, which you're going to stay stuck in, you have to start aligning yourself with divine. You have to start, you have to stop doing the actions that are going to be negative for your well-being, for the well-being of all. And you have to start implementing actions that are going to help you to be aligned with nature, with divine, with the pure principles of these divine laws. And so the more that we can work on aligning ourselves, the more that we can work on refining and divine upping ourselves, then that spiral actually starts to go up, and our life starts to become lighter. We feel freed, like the shackles of pain and misery and like a heavy mental state or a heavy physical problems. Those things start to come off of us as we actually start to work on becoming more natural.
And the insignificance that you think about life is going away too.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
we think life is very insignificant in our muggle state. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what is this guy? I come out of a big bang, so what is this?
Right.
That's it. So the non-significance that you think life has, some way, somehow, it's gone. It's gone. Because now,
exactly.
Woo,
You find purpose in,
yeah.
Coming back, connecting with divine, like continually expressing that gratitude for the gift of this body that we've been given. Each and every day we're sustained by the earth and the food that we're able to get. We have shelter that we can be housed in, or there's so many different things to be grateful for. And that attitude of gratitude is just one of the parts of starting to, refine yourself. And you really have to have that attitude, that humility, that, and have that learning attitude. There's so many things. And what's great about what P shares is he really just breaks it down into the simplest form possible, in terms of just working on staying consistent with the basics, and then implementing a purposeful connection with the divine, with nature, with the elements, and repeating that process again and again and again. I mean, it's just like, there's different types of crafts or art forms in which you're refining something. Again, like the process of taking some type of precious metal, and you're doing a melting process. You're refining it again, and you're making it more pure. You're purifying it again and again and again. And so we have to work on that. And then so in that process, it's making us lighter. It's making our life so much more magical, enjoyable, and everything becomes a joy. You get to. He has a track that he did in a CropCircle, and the main riff was like surrender and rejoice. Like surrender to like what divine is telling you, like, let go of all of these shackles in which you've locked yourself into, like the system of pain and torture by wanting to, chase all of society's, traps that they've set, and actually start to go along with the divine way. And then it's really a process of rejoicing, because it's just so good. Once you really start
surrender to higher and divine. I like this because I even brought it up to Kim the other day. We were talking. I'm like, until you surrender, you're not gonna change your perspective. So it's all about changing your perspective, how you see your life, the life of others, this earth, the plants, the animals, the technology, the everything, the money. The moment you change your perspective on the money, everything changes. Like you can use it now. Instead of wasting your time, wasting your money, use your money to build something up. Like that's what I've realized. Why would I put my money in dumb shit? Fuck it, I'll put it in music.
Yeah, right.
Fuck that. Like music, and the world will rejoice. I will rejoice. I will surrender more and more. So no, it's all part of the process. So I think this has to be realized in order to move forward with Iron Divine, and move forward also in selfless service to humanity, because this is the hard part. Because that's what I told Daniel the other day. Blay Minot, I call him Daniel. Daniel's his name. I said, what's hard often is the selfless service to humanity, because all those plates, let's put it as it is, it's not free. Okay?
Right.
So I don't want to put number on it, but it's not free.
Yeah,
so, a lot came free. Okay? A lot of, but there's always, I got to put myself out, and I got to put the money out. And this is all non-profit, bro. So,
exactly.
So it's selfless service to humanity. So, but I want to get more and more to this kind of process, because I know that's where also probably the redemption will happen. The redemption, I think, is the word of my soul.
Right.
Anyway, I am trying to put my soul on fire here. That's what I'm trying. So, Truman, that's it. So, anyway, so Frank, maybe we'll finish this one there for today. I have another flat on my bike, man. Two flats in 4 days on my bike. So now I got to bring it to the bike shop again, because that wheel at the back, I tried to undo it. I stripped it up.
Oh, geez.
I don't know. It's an electric bike, so it's kind of tricky.
Yes,
but so again, on flat yesterday, but I was able to get home, so I was
that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was very bouncy, but
right.
I'm like, fuck, that's our normally bouncy, that bike.
Right.
Yeah, another flat again.
Oh, geez.
So, but they sell tires now that prevents flat also. So,
nice.
Yeah, they have like a thick plastic insulation. So,
right,
it's just a little, those agrafe that you put in guns, the staple. It's a staple that got into my tire. I'm like,
oh wow, okay, wow, jeez.
Anyway, so that's the Truman's adventure. Flat on the bike. Anyway, that's what it is with the bike. When you leave and you go far, it's tricky and it's a bit stressful, because you're not at walking distance, you're at biking distance.
Yeah,
that's what I told Kim. So it's always I like when she's around and she can rescue me if I need, because sometimes I go far with that bike.
Right.
Anyway, so large up, everyone. That was it. Unless you want to add something else, Frank.
Oh, I was just gonna say we'll return in the next Moon Day for more review and putting our focus on things that, because I mean this process of review is just that same thing of coming back to the center, repeating, putting our attention on the right thing. is something that can keep all of us right on the right track, just to keep coming back to that.
It is absolutely necessary to do.
Yeah.
That's why when we're finished, I would do it all over again.
Right.
No problem. I don't mind repeating that book for ages.
Yes.
Because it's really the basic, and it's something, and every time I go through it, like I went through it maybe 12 times so far. I go on my other channel and here with you and stuff, but I'm starting to know it almost by heart. That's the thing. It's got to be, that's how you retain things. It's by repeating it. That's why in school they make you repeat stuff. Repeat. So repeat the good stuff now, and rejoice, love and harmony, and all the beautiful vibes that the earth has to offer.
Yes.
Yeah. Give thanks for life.
That's it.
Praise Iron Divine. Boom. We're out.
See
that
y'all.
was Frankie and Jenny, aka Truman.
Yes.
So, yeah. It's all love. Sometimes it might sound a bit rough, but it has to be tough love sometimes, because we're so lost in an abyss of unawareness. So I will not come here and propagate more nonsense.
Right.
That's for sure. We're going to try to put some sense into our head.
That's it.
We're out. Boom. See ya. It's all love. All the way.